It actually began with a program called Children's Hour, which finished many, many years ago. But on my 13th birthday, I did my first broadcast in Northern Children's Hour and freelance through school and university days. And I had a wonderful time in those Children's Hour plays and playing bit parts in light entertainment. And it was a great, great training ground.
It was an important part of many people's childhood, wasn't it?
It was, and it really had some wonderful artists in it. I can remember Violet Carson, who went on to play Ina Sharples in Coronation Street. And Vi Carson was one day part of a play, I think we were doing The Water Babies, and the lights fused in this studio where we were in Manchester, and there was a bit of a problem with it. And so she sat at the piano there, we had a piano there, and she began to entertain us, and she began to play on the piano Bolton's Yard. At number one, there lived a man that lived at Bolton's Yard. And one of the cast was a guy called Tony Simpson, now called Tony Warren, and that was where he said his first idea for Coronation Street came up. He was one of the children in that play, and he began to think about the different people who'd live along a street. So Vi Carson was in at the inception of Coronation Street.
Your sort of launch into local radio was with Radio Manchester, I think.
That's right. When Radio Manchester started in 1970, I know because it was about 6 weeks after my son was born, and I worked on Radio Manchester and loved it. So I finished with television, finished with radio, the network radio, went into local radio as soon as I had the opportunity to in Manchester, and had, 7 wonderful years there. Loved it. And then I moved to Stoke and had another 7 wonderful years.
And you were the first woman manager of a local radio station.
I was, yes. Yes.
Which is something that can never be beaten. That will be a record you'll hold for all time.
Well, it's rather nice. I've never thought of it like that, Martin, but yes, when you think about it, yes, it was very nice.
And in Network Radio, I mentioned, some of the stuff you've done, including editing Woman's Hour. Predominantly, you've worked in radio. You did some television, but predominantly in radio. Why did you love that particular medium? Because a lot of people think, even now, the pictures are better on radio.
Well, I love radio. But I also have a sister called Judith, who is the one who's on television and much better than I am on television. And so it's a combination of my love for the medium of radio. I think it is where your friendship comes through radio, information comes through radio. It just helps you live that much better, I think, radio. I love it. But Judy was the one who's done the television successfully all these years. I'm very, very proud of my sister. And at the time, our voices were practically identical, and we looked quite alike. So it was really, it just made sense that one of us concentrated on radio.
And it wasn't in any way a family plot to take over the whole of the broadcasting media in this country, then, between you?
No, but I have got a nephew who's who presents the rugby on Sky. I'm very proud of him. I haven't got Sky, so I have to go to other people's houses to look at Mark on Sky. But no, just pleasure and a lot of luck and being in the right place at the right time. That Northern Children's Hour did Judy and me a lot of good.
Thank you so much for listening to the interview. There are many, many more on this channel, and if you enjoyed it, please click on the like button, ring that notification bell, and if you possibly can, help the channel by subscribing. Thank you.